Some costs. The city does offer some senior citizen deferrals for people that are interested in those deferrals, senior citizens. That you need to contact City Hall. Payment options. The payment options, first of all, you can pay the total amount of their assessment prior to certification of assessment roll to the county auditor. This prepay would be due before November 1st, 2010. No interest would be charged if you do this before November 1st, 2010. The city is allowing a one-time partial payment prior to certification of the assessment roll to the county auditor. This prepay is due before November 1st, 2010. And this will appear on your 2011 taxes, January 2011 taxes with interest rate. So let's say you have a $5,000 assessment and you prepay $2,000 of that. You won't be charged interest for that portion, just the $3,000, and that will be accrued over installments over 20 years. Which I guess leads me to the next part. As far as paying assessments in annual installments, the bond was for 20 years, so the installments will be for over 20 years at 5.1%, which is 1% over the city's bond rate. So anytime prior to November 1st of any year, the owner may prepay to the treasurer the whole assessment, remaining with interest accrued to December 31st of the year in which prepayment is made. So basically saying is, say you've paid your annual installments for 3 years and you want to pay the rest of your assessment off in your 4th year, you may do that, prepay before November 1st with interest accrued up to the December 31st of that year. The city's portion. The city's paying 74.68% of the total project cost, which includes all of the storm sewer costs, which accounts for $2,307,180. Kind of going through the schedule. A lot of these events have already occurred. But I'll go through them anyways. Hearing on improvements, we had that May 11th. A town hall meeting to review the plans we had on June 3rd. The council ordered improvements April 27th. Plans and specifications and advertisement for bids was July 27th. We received the bids from the contractor September 1st. Awarded the contract September 28th, and began construction October 27th. Today is the final assessment hearing. What we plan on doing is sending out a final assessment letter on or about September 15th, 2010 to remind you that you can prepay up to November 1st, 2010. Majority of the construction will be complete next year, November 2010, and in the summer or spring or summer of 2011 we'll complete construction as far as restoration, and there may be a top lift of paving that we'll do, but for the most part construction will be complete next summer, and in 2011, summer 2011, will be mainly restoration of boulevards and maybe a final topping of bituminous pavement. Now we'll go through the appeal process. The appeal process. Written or oral objections considered at hearing by the City Council. Now only signed written objections filed with the City Clerk prior to the assessment hearing or presented to the presiding officer at the assessment hearing may appeal. So any written objections have to be filed today. Now, a property owner who has properly objected to the assessment which I talked about before, may appeal within 30 days after the adoption of the assessment to the district court by serving notice upon the mayor or clerk and then filing the served notice with the district court within 10 days after that service. Now the clerk shall furnish the appellant a certified copy of objections filed in the assessment proceedings, assessment roll, and all papers necessary to present the appeal. The court shall either affirm the assessment or set it aside and order a reassessment. If appellant does not prevail upon the appeal, the costs incurred shall be taxed by the court. All objections to the assessment shall be deemed waived unless presented on such appeal. That's kind of an overview of the appeal process. Yes, now we take public comments and any questions. I guess I prefer